Have you been struggling with insomnia and do you feel like no matter what you do, it seems like you cannot control sleep? You perhaps are implementing all of the good sleep hygiene routines. You are doing what maybe even CBTI is telling you to do. You're getting out of bed. You are controlling your thoughts, but it still seems like nothing you do like seems to work. Well, I'm Fiona. I'm a recovered insomniac turned sleep coach, and today I'd love to speak to you a little bit about control and how insomnia has us believing that sleep is, or even the recovery of insomnia can be controlled. And speaking from my own experience, I also personally thought that sleep could be controlled. In fact, when I first started struggling with insomnia, that was my default kind of solution, was thinking that if I implemented certain procedures or if I started kind of doing things actively to make myself sleep or even avoiding certain behaviors, that in some way I would finally crack the code for insomnia, that I would finally sleep again. And in fact, I think that is part of the reason why insomniacs end up being in this problem. It's the illusion that everything in life can be controlled when in fact specifically sleep is one of those things that cannot. And I also spoke about this with a client recently. He said, well, I've been trying to fix this for 6 months, and it's like I've been trying to control and I've been trying to like do all the things that is expected of me. And the truth behind insomnia and insomnia recovery comes from the absence of control and knowing that there is no control that is needed. That in fact, it is about stepping away from having to fix a problem and being okay with the fact that this is not a problem that needs to be fixed. And the truth is, this illusion of control is probably not your fault. We live in a world where we are continuously up or exposed to the idea that sleep is actually a controllable factor in our lives. We have podcasts, we've got like books around sleep. We have so much emphasis on needing 8 hours, on avoiding blue light before going to sleep, avoiding coffee, avoiding alcohol. And all of this continuous noise and all of this continuous information and bombardment on sleep being controlled is actually perpetuating our problem. And look, I know that it's not that easy to let go of all of these beliefs. If anything, it's actually quite difficult to completely rewire your brain to think, actually, no, I don't need to do these things to make myself sleep. So perhaps what you can actually start doing is just start by identifying, are there specific beliefs or even behaviors that you have around sleep and the illusion that sleep is something that you can control? And by doing this kind of classification of behaviors or beliefs, I'm not saying you need to completely remove or like stop doing your nighttime routine. It all comes down to the intention. So when you even start recognizing, like, oh, I love reading my book before bed. Am I reading my book because reading my book before bed is the only thing that is going to make me sleep? Or are you reading your book before bed because you love to read before bed? So it always comes down to the intention. You can almost kind of like classify, are these actions things that I'm doing because they spark joy and because I am enjoying my night or my nighttime routine? Or am I doing them out of a belief that I need to have these things in order for sleep to happen? Anyway, I hope that in some way made sense. If you are ready to kickstart your recovery, I have a 5 day to better sleep email series linked below. It is completely free. It includes all of the actionable information, education, and tips that I first kind of needed when I was struggling with insomnia but couldn't seem to find. Additionally, if you want me to cover a specific topic or something is unclear, feel free to message me. I'd love to help out, no strings attached. And if you did like this video or like my channel, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe as it really helps.